Hi everybody, welcome back to Starfield Raw. I am Joe the Wigit, and I am joined by my fellow intrepid explorer scoundrels, starting with Mr. Rook.
What's up, everybody? This is still my favorite game to play, even though I'm tired and sick and sore. But hey, this is going to be a fun episode for me. So let's get to it.
You're always tired, sick, and sore. TSS.
Hey, I'm actually sore. I got medicine from the doctor sore. Oh, that sounded wrong.
I got a lollipop. And we are joined, as always, by Mr. Archon.
Hey, what's up, everybody? This has been an interesting week, and I'm not so looking forward to talking about it, but hey, that's what we're here for, so let's do it.
I think we're going to just jump right into the news, because there is another beta patch that got released for Starfield. Sorry, everybody, no new content. They are saying that they are fixing the game to make it better support the content they're going to release in the future that they won't say anything else about. But
The future.
My game,
future.
My game runs better than it ever has before. It's more beautiful than it's ever been before, but I'll get into that later.
My problem is great. They're releasing all these fixes. I mean, this one has has to be close to 100 fixes. That's why we're not.
I counted over 200 and I stopped counting.
Yeah, a bunch of them are. Oh God, I'm not even going to mention this one. But a bunch of them are mission fixes, art fixes, stuff like that.
Oh, yeah.
So
they hit every category.
Great. They're fixing. They could fix most of these on a weekly update if they wanted to.
Let me ask you guys a question. Let me just throw this out there. Do you guys remember when we used to buy a video game and it was complete and it didn't require 6 months of, oh, we're fixing this and fixing that and fixing this and fixing that? It was just you bought the game and it was good to go.
I remember working on games that we didn't get mod support afterward, update support. That was a living nightmare. There's a little section called Going Gold. Yeah.
I remember those days, and there were some interesting bugs in those games if you found them. But
yeah,
I still
here and there, but it wasn't like
it still bugs
nowadays.
me.
They're just like, let's just it's good enough. Let's just throw it out there and we'll just patch it. Anything that we come across.
On Devil's Advocate, though, those games took a lot less of a team to do and a lot less effort and money to build than they do nowadays.
Yeah, that's true. But they also weren't rushed by publishers to get them out in whatever state they're at by the deadline. They would tell.
Yeah, they've always had deadlines for games.
Oh, I know deadlines, but not like EA sitting there saying, "Oh, regardless of what happens, we're releasing on this day," like they are with, they did with.
Well, we're not
what's
going
the
to
name
get
of that
that.
company?
How EA is the devil.
They are. I mean, they ruined.
They
ruined one of my favorite developers.
They're the bad guys in the gaming world. Mm-hmm. They're producing games
with some bangers,
microtransactions up to yin yang that hinder the game. It's just not good.
But they've come out with some pretty decent bangers, so we can't discard them completely.
I completely discard them because they ruined.
Not in recent years.
Name one good game they came out with in recent years. In the last 5 years.
That wasn't microtransaction to hell.
Star Wars Jedi Survivor.
Was that EA?
Star Wars Jedi Fallen Order. All the Star Wars games that they've put out recently have been pretty big bangers. Weren't they the ones that released? Were they Hogwarts Legacy?
To be fair, the Star Wars games are actually made by Respawn Entertainment and published through EA, which is a big difference. But anyway, back to the patch notes. They added photo mode. Well, in photo mode, they added the ability to set expressions and poses on player and companions. Okay, so those of you who are really into that, I know that we've got a few of our listeners that are. You get a little bit more toys to play with. Scanner, you can now open doors and harvest with the scanner opened. That always bothered me.
This one, I get the doors because I keep forgetting to come out of my scanner to try going into the ship. However, let me scroll past all these fixes. All right, I have always been able to harvest while in scanner mode, so I have no idea what they're talking about there.
Yeah, I've always been able to harvest in scanner mode too.
So it sounds like they're trying to add something that's already in the game just to make it sound like it's in the game. Because I already harvest in from plants and stuff while in my scanner mode.
I wonder if it was like a bug, because I don't remember ever being able to. I always had to go out of the scanner.
I could do it from mobs and stuff too, like if you kill them with the laser.
But I don't have an updated scanner. I don't know if that is a reason
I don't know.
No, because I've always been able to do it like just from the go.
But you got to be up close and personal.
Setting course on an inactive quest will now make it the active quest. That's a good little quality of life.
That one is a decent one. But if I'm not going to do a quest, and it's going to... Because I turn off all my quests because I'm just exploring. So if I go to a system that has a quest, that means it's going to activate a quest, and it's going to be a pain in the ass for me. I can tell you that now.
Well, most of us actually, play the game through the quests. Just saying.
Yeah.
Added support for adjusting field of view when using third-person ship view.
That will be nice, because I can get better shots in space with that.
And there, ladies and gentlemen, is one of our photo mode guys. They added a new filtering quality slider for PC.
Still don't think I've taken a single picture.
I don't like this next.
Remove the digipick cost for using undo during the security minigame?
Yeah.
Yeah, why are they doing that?
Because if you're doing undo,
there's no penalty anymore. I mean, just makes it easy.
Yep.
Just
I'll
makes
give
it
you guys that.
Like you just use the one digipick.
Now,
to solve
granted,
every puzzle.
my Explorer's running around with 94 digipicks. Still, I don't know where I acquired them all at, but I'm running around with that many.
Yeah, imagine how many
knowing
digipicks
you every little outpost and building and you ever came across.
Mm-hmm.
I've never had an issue with having not enough digipicks. So like all this is going to do is make me have that many more digipicks.
I did early on in the beginning of the game, but that resolved itself.
Yeah, once we figured out how to do it, even in very hard, it's not very hard.
Right.
Well, it doesn't really change difficulty in the difficulty settings. It's just the same thing.
Yeah, I do like this next one.
Added an autosave when fast traveling from a planet's surface to orbit.
I like that one.
Why wasn't that a thing already?
I have no idea, but I actually do like that one because I've been killed a couple of times going from a planet into orbit and jumping right into combat.
So that means you're going to do a death loop every time now?
No, because if you know you're going to die, the problem is you're going to die, you can quickly switch over and take off when you load into the game. Unlike a lot of times, I'm just jumping into space. I'm like, all right, cool. Oh, crap, there's enemies. And I don't have enough time by the time I'm getting blasted.
Fair enough. Updated the ship UI to perform more smoothly at higher frame rates.
I haven't seen that issue, but I don't pay attention to my UI that often.
I was going to say, you might not notice it until it's better, and then you'll be like, hey, actually, this runs a little smoother.
Yeah, and like Rook mentioned, there was many, 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 many fixes, but the one I listed kind of pertained to Rook himself. Fixed a rare issue where new Atlantis would appear to follow the player ship.
I actually haven't had the issue where it follows me. I just had the issue where the land's missing.
There was one time you did mention the fact that you had it following you in your ship.
Oh, yeah, but when I reloaded, that cleared, and I've never seen it again. So
that is the current beta, so knowing their beta schedule, we'll get that patch in about 2 weeks for everyone else.
All right, so fixes. I'm going to just say the categories. They fixed art stuff. They fixed gameplay stuff. They fixed some graphic stuff. They fixed Outpost stuff. If you're really big into Outpost, I recommend reading that because those are some good ones. They have done some fixes people had with quests, which is a good thing. A bunch of quests.
Many quests.
Almost
like
every quest. Almost every quest. They have save and load fixes, ships fixes, which is important. And then a bunch of fixes for the UI. I don't care about text
just about everything.
Yeah. They awesome. Great. I'm glad they did that. Give us more content.
On the bright side, Rook, once everything's fixed, then they have no choice but to add new content so that they have more things to fix.
Or just get the creation kit out there so the modders can actually create content.
Yeah, that could be fun too.
Or do an interview with us and let us talk about what y'all's plans are for the future.
Yeah.
I tried.
Good luck with that.
Hey, I tried.
We've been trying for many months now. So never know.
Many moons.
They could actually agree to it and come on the show.
Hey, we're told they're listening to it.
We'll be, like we've said many times, we'll be civil and nice and won't pick on any of the bad stuff.
No.
Yeah.
I just would like to really interview them and think and learn about what they thought about when they're making the game and stuff like that. What it's like now that the game's released and whatnot.
And maybe get a little tiny bit of a hint at what's coming up.
Mm-hmm. Speaking of that, there is a rumor. Speaking of that, there is a rumor out there.
There's a lot of them.
Oh, gosh. What's this one?
So Starfield Steam database listing on the back end has been updated. Under their DLC file, they have a Steam DB unknown app loaded recently. That's usually what's posted before they release some big DLC, whether it be, in this game's case, the creation kit or the mod. So I'm hoping it's one of those two. The DLC, the actual DLC promised on the pre-order, or the creation kit. That's a good start that somebody noticed that. So I'm kind of excited and hopeful for next month.
I feel like we're still too early for DLC. Like, the game's only been out 6 months.
Yeah, but if you're Bethesda and you see the articles where it says 97% of your Steam player base has dropped in the last 6 months, you're going to look at possibly releasing it sooner rather than later.
I mean, hey, they can always do updates and fix bugs if they release it too early.
Now, I'm hoping it's the creation kit because I want to see what ideas the people out there have. Because that will be interesting.
That could produce a lot of quality content. I mean, some bad, but a lot of quality stuff. So,
right, give us something to do.
Yeah, that's the biggest thing, and that's the biggest thing I've seen a lot of people asking for is the creation kit. They're not asking for the shattered space. They're asking for the creation kit.
Yeah, to hold them over until shattered space.
Well, and based on what I've seen from other Bethesda games that have creation club and stuff like that, there's going to be a lot of stuff in that creation kit to keep people busy for quite a while. And that's what's keeping Skyrim going right now, is all of its creation club stuff.
Yeah, and they've added, I think, something like 1,000 hours of content if you do all the different content mods. Mm-hmm. Some of it actually very, very good.
Yeah. So I'm excited.
Let's see what happens with it.
Mm-hmm.
Only the future will tell. All right, guys, let's get into some gameplay. I'm going to let Rook go.
Well, I was debating upon if I wanted to go or let Archon.
I don't want to do it right away.
Let's save Archon for last. I don't want to bum everybody out at the beginning.
So I only got a couple big things that happened to me while I was playing, which to me, they're huge because it's the first time I've had them happen to me. So I'm sitting here flying, exploring with Kaylin, like I normally do. And I jump into a system, and somehow, because of reasons, I gain a 30,000 credits. Well, you know how turrets operate.
Yeah, it just the way you said that reminded me of one of my favorite characters ever in any video game, Mr. Tor.
Oh, yeah. But I jumped into a system, and was it jumping into the system or coming up from the surface? I don't remember which one. But I gained a 30,000 credit bounty with the UC because I jumped in system, and with my turrets, I attacked everything in system.
Oh, good job.
Because for some reason, you hit the UC ships one time, and they all go against you. And there's no way to surrender to get them to be like, all right, I went, destroyed all those ships, was looking at what I was going to do, and somehow I had a 650 credit.
Oh, that's nothing.
Bounty with the FC.
That's like a slap on the wrist with them.
Oh, it is. I don't know how I got the 30k credits. I've destroyed UC ships before and never had 30k. So I don't know if it was a planet I was on and somehow it angered the people when I went into this area I went into.
You killed the general, man. Jeez.
I don't know. But so the FC, I got 650 credit with the FC. So I went to New Atlantis. I was going to go into New Atlantis, and I had this theory that if you had a heavy bounty, you could sneak into New Atlantis, jump up over the balcony before anybody attacked you.
Like smuggling?
Because they can't scan you. They scan you when you go up to those that dotted ramp. That's not the case. They started attacking me instantly. So I ran over to the Trackers Alliance terminal, paid off the Freestar Collective, and then went back to my ship and jumped out of system pretty dang quick.
And I don't want any of you fools.
Went to the Freestar Collective and landed. And I was running to go to the terminal there to pay off New Atlantis 30,000 credit. The Hunter attacked me. That was interesting.
Really?
I had the Hunter come after me. I guess if you get a high enough bounty, the Hunter will come after you. I was expecting like bounty hunters or something, not the actual Hunter. He did his duplicate self. I was fighting. I actually fought good this time, paid attention to my health, and actually hid around corners and stuff. Got him down, and as right before I had the killing blow, after I got him down into his final life bar, he disappeared.
Yeah, I don't think you can kill him outside the final battle.
No, you can't, but that was the first time I ever fought him outside the final battle because it's the first time he's ever come after me. I went and paid off my bounty, and I thought it was really cool. If anybody else has had this, let us know in our Discord, because I really want to know if other people have come across this kind of thing from the Hunter when you have a high bounty.
I've actually sat there fighting UC ships and stuff just to see how high I could get my bounty up, and I landed on New Atlantis and went around slaughtering everybody and stuff just to see how high I could get it, and I've never had the Hunter come after me. So
you didn't get the 5-star ranking and tanks coming after you?
Oh, I was just like murdering everybody that I saw in New Atlantis one time just to see how high I could get the bounty.
Yeah, I just found it really interesting because I ran and all of a sudden I see the guards from Freestar Collective start shooting, and I thought they were shooting at me at first. And then I realized they're not shooting at me, they're shooting at somebody else. And when I ran around the corner there, everybody was running away, and it was just security fighting the Hunter, and me and the Hunter fighting each other.
Yeah, a little bit of health.
Yeah, but they didn't last very long. And remember, I'm only level 54, and I'm using a Beowulf, a Commander's Advanced Beowulf. And so I was, it does like at this point, it was doing 176 damage per hit. And so me and Simeon, with his hard target, were going after him hard. He took out Simeon pretty quick. He took out Simeon pretty quick. But I actually, for once in my miraculous life in this game, I actually paid attention and used real tactics and hid behind stuff to heal and whatnot. And I actually was able to survive.
I did a lot with my challenge character, trying to survive it.
Nice.
I got close a couple times early in the game during, firefights, especially in that star station you go with Sarah. I had to use that tactic all the time. I did running guns, you name it.
Mm-hmm.
It's fun.
So one thing I do wish they could have added into the game is I've played first-person games where if you ran up to the corner, it would go into a third-person view where you can peek around the corner behind objects and stuff. That would actually be pretty cool, in my opinion.
We need an ultra hard mode where they actually get better AI tactics, and it's not just a level increase, but they actually get better.
Here's what they need. They need a super ultra hard mode where the environment gets destroyed as you're having a firefight in the middle of a town.
That's a whole new code, man. You have to redo the entire game.
Oh, here's what they need is a super, super, super hard mode where they're like the movie Wanted, where they can like curve their bullets around corners and hit you.
Have you ever seen that? Have you ever seen that video of Star Troopers learning how to shoot?
Oh, Stormtroopers learning how to shoot? Yeah.
Yeah, that's hilarious. Yeah. They need to be like that, hitting everything on a dime. No, they need Are You a Stupid mode.
They need a not an Are You Stupid mode. They need a Stormtrooper mode.
Oh, geez, that'd be like beyond super easy.
Yeah.
Lasers just going all around you, standing right in the middle of the room. What?
Plot armor. Gotta love it. So
walk right up to their face.
Here's where I think I might have gotten the 30K wanted level. So I was exploring the Andromeda system, and I came across, on one of the planets, a point of interest named Safe House Gamma. When I went into that safe house, It had that attempted theme of horror thriller type thing, where you have a consistent noise in the background,
yeah.
and in this case, it's like a hammer hitting. And as you're exploring, you're like, "What's this going on?" And then you look and you're reading the slates, and you realize that the noise is there for a reason. I'm not going to tell everybody because you can go to the drama system, find the system, and actually go there yourself. But I turned off the noise, which opened a door I didn't know was a door previously into a cave. And so I went to go explore the cave, just me being me. Went into the cave. There's a terramorph.
I don't think anyone would have not done that.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's a terramorph there. And I think, if I'm not mistaken, I think one of our listeners put a picture of the terramorph in the cave.
Yeah, that was one of the things I was going to bring up around Discord.
I think it was Budsky that did it. Yeah.
Yeah.
He put it in his exploration photo album. That was I think that's the cave where he came across it. And I ended up killing that one. Used like 4 mags because, I don't have a very super uber powerful gun.
Hold on. Your notes say 3 magazines. Are you over embellishing? The fish was this big?
Oh yeah, 3 magazines for Terramorph 1. Yes, I said Terramorph 1. Because as soon as I left the building, I was ambushed by a second Terramorph.
That sounds like a fun little jaunt around town.
Oh, yeah. Let me tell you.
Jaunty.
That one I used
Very
4
jaunty.
magazines. Made me sweat a little because he had more room to chase me around than what I had when I was inside the cave. Because inside the cave, I had Simeon on one side shooting him, and me on the other side. He didn't know what to do.
I really need to get that guy, and I need to equip him with a hard target as well. Can you imagine both of us going to town on those things?
Yeah. Now, I'm sure Joe would agree with me here. I would rather walk into a random cave and run into a terramorph than walk into a random cave and run into those little bugs.
Yes. Oh, I hate those cretins.
What
They're
little bugs?
so bad. There's like...
It's a really dumb name
There's
for
like
him,
the
too.
little ones. I don't remember what they're called. Yeah, they got a really dumb name. And then there's like the queen. You'll find the queen in there somewhere, and she wrecks too.
When you're doing the Freestar Collective quest, you're going after the hacker lady. Mm-hmm. It's inside that cave when you're going in to go after her.
Oh, damn. Okay.
Yeah.
Those little bugs that are annoying.
Got
They're
one
annoying.
shot so many times by those stupid little things.
Yeah. They just sneak right up on you and just bam.
I think that's one part I have never died on is that area of the Freestar Collective quest, but I've died on every other
That's me golf
area.
clapping.
Yeah.
No, because I die instantly when I run into the main building.
The main building?
Yeah,
Oh,
when you're going after the actual boss.
Oh, yeah, the factory.
Yeah, where you have to actually use tactics to survive.
Yeah, it's tough.
Mm-hmm.
I did it on my challenge character, and it took me a few hours to go through that because I had to be so meticulous about it.
I was going to be dreading that one if my challenge character will survive to that point. I'm thinking about taking Kaylin into the Freestar Collective quest line just because my background was specifically chosen to see what would happen. It was chosen for roleplay purposes, but I also want to see what will happen if you go and fight him with the soldier background to see if there's any change.
Yeah. No, in this game, that's a possibility. At least it'll change some of your chat options.
So once I'm done with this system, I actually might go and start doing that.
I'd be very curious about the last 3 major quests of that, how that would play out for you.
I'll give it a shot and see what happens.
But you still need to do Crimson Fleet.
Yeah.
Yes. I know.
I am begging you to do it.
Y'all have been telling me I need to do it for a while.
I want to talk to you about it.
Yeah.
Fine. I will do Crimson Fleet in 2 weeks.
But
This week I want to run Freestar Collective.
All right, fair.
And then next week I will run
Pinky swear?
Pinky Swear. Hey, put your pinky up.
I did. They
No,
can't
not
see
you.
it. Oh,
I want Archon to do it too. Pinky Swear. There.
all right. Well, speaking of challenge characters, as you guys all know, my challenge character was 3 levels away from completing the challenge as of last week. And I said that this week I was going to do it and I'd post pictures in Discord. I tried. I tried logging on for 2 days straight. Every time I tried to log on, my game would go black. The screen would go black like it was about to load. Then it would blink and go right back to my desktop. That's all I was getting for 2 days straight. And it was frustrating the crap out of me until yesterday when it actually loaded. But when it loaded, it said syncing data. And I'm like, the only time it's ever done that is when I log onto my laptop or something. If I'm on a trip or something like that, I'll log on my laptop, it'll sync the data. So I'm like, why is it syncing data? I log into the game, every single save file I had was gone. My main character, who's like level 130, 140 something, gone. Challenge character, gone.
Did you check all saves?
All saves, everything. I even tried logging into my laptop to see, like, maybe something's wrong with my desktop. It did it synced up, and all my saves were gone on my laptop too. Everything is gone. It's like I just loaded the game for the first time. There's nothing to load.
Part of me wants to tell you to uninstall, reinstall to force it to resync and see if they fixed it. It sounds like it could have been a bug with the syncing.
It's a GPU corruption error. I think his files are corrupt. I don't know if there's going to be any recovering.
Yeah. I went into the actual save file and everything, and the only thing I saw in there was like a GPU crash thing. They're gone.
Yeah, because the way you were talking about the screen going black and stuff like that and not letting you log in, that sounds like a GPU crash.
So the other option is to contact Microsoft and see what they can do to help you with and actually report it so they're aware of it. This is the downfall to having cloud storage only and not a backup copy on your computer.
So, even though I was 100% home free, all I had to do was get 3 levels.
You would have died right at level 49.
I still did not finish my challenge character.
So it sounds like you need to start up your challenge character again.
Let me tell you, every time I've even went to click the button for Starfield, I get this pit in my chest, and I can't do it. I have to take at least a little break. Because I was so mad yesterday when we were going to record that we had to postpone recording for a day because I couldn't do it. I was so angry.
So episode 32 will just be me and Rook.
No, I'll still be here. I'll bring something to the table, but
I will speak for myself and most of our listeners, I'm sure. It's understandable you're going to take a little break. I think any one of us would in that point. Like, I was considering it when I lost 24 levels, and I didn't lose my character. I think it's story time with Wigit.
Story time.
I actually played quite a bit this week, and I was having a blast with it. The last time, on the last episode, I couldn't do anything. My power wouldn't work. So, I rolled back my save, tried it again, didn't work. I rolled back even further before I got the power. Went in and got it, came back to the constellation, tried my power, went, you gotta be kidding me. Actually went into my menu, and my powers were there for the first time. So I switched to one power, activated it, they didn't say anything about it, so into the main power where they expect you to use, and it actually worked. And I got to go past that story. I got to the point now with Bounty Hunter, because I've been playing my main character, and the only trait he has is Wanted, that I can recognize bounty hunters coming in to go after me long before they even hail me. So I'll just, as soon as I see him, I initiate landing sequence, land, and I don't even have to worry about them anymore. Don't even have to talk to those fools, because they don't come down and fight me.
But if you're on a planet, they will land and come get you.
Not once have they. I do it every time now, where I'll sit there and land when they hail me up top, and they never come after me.
No, I'm saying, like, if you're, like, down on a planet exploring, they don't hail you up in the sky. Like, they will land and come get you. Like, I've had them come after me on the ground.
That's what I was trying to say. Both ways. No, it doesn't happen for me.
That's weird, because I've definitely had bounty hunters come after me before on Crete. Like, the very first planet I was on, I got attacked by bounty hunters with that wanted trait.
All right, so we both know that with Wigit, he hasn't come across a Valentine as much as you and I have. He hasn't seen a lot of the things you and I have.
And I've played just as much. It's weird. Oh, guys, I found that potty humor I was talking about in the last episode.
The potty humor?
Yeah, about those pads that are in a certain spot and they're talking about the bathroom and it's hilarious.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Let me see, where did I find it at? It's during the mission where you go to rescue Barrett on Bezel 3, where he's actually being held captive. It's in that first Ransack research outpost right there on the right. You go inside that, and you can find it. It's absolutely hilarious. One of my favorite little potty humors I put in the game so far. I finished that up, got Barrett, and I always kill the guys without even bother talking to them, which is my favorite thing to do. I'll just start throwing mines in there. It's hilarious. Don't ever talk to them. I just kill them all. You get more goodies. So I finished that up. Went back and grabbed Sam to do his little quest in Aquila City. And for the first time ever, guys, I failed the persuasion check on the bank robbers. And I was intentionally trying to pass it so I can just get through that part. I failed it. And I had to go in and kill them all. But I am so glad I did. The last guy I killed had a hard target on him.
Nice.
Yeah, that's exactly what I did, too. Hard target!
See, I didn't get that kind of luck when I killed him. And I've actually had to kill him more times because I usually fail one of the skill...
I fail it on purpose.
Persuasion.
I want to go in and kill him.
I failed... One time I did fail it on purpose so I could go in and kill him. I wanted to see what it was like. But this is the first time where I tried to actually win the persuasion and did not do it. And my character has points in the persuasion skill. And I still failed it. And I did try something out, guys. I'm sorry, you going to say?
I don't know how much the points in the persuasion skill work because with a character at level 3, I failed more at level 3 than I did with no points in persuasion.
I was actually wondering that same thing because I haven't seen an actual benefit to it.
I mean, it's supposed to give you a increase in chance of succeeding.
I've had way more critical successes before I ever got that skill.
Mm-hmm.
So I don't know. I don't know what the actual numbers are behind it, but like you, I haven't seen the benefit so far.
RNG.
Yeah. I took that hard target and went all around Aquila getting all the different materials I need to beef it up, put a scope on it, the suppressor. Well, I had a scope, but the suppressor, and I got the new magazine type, the new rounds, and that thing was awesome. Not even 20, 30 minutes later, that was actually a lot longer than a couple hours later, I ran into the Starborn trader without even looking for her. So I wound up buying the Last Breath, which is better than the one I just had. Plus, I got the Terror Inflictor for Andreja. She does extremely well with Varun weapons. And I got a robot deleting minigun, and it cost me about 100,000 credits for those 3 weapons. But it was worth it. That
Nice.
robot deleting gun will delete the robots instantly. Started the Shaw Gang part when that quest line is the end of the quest line with that portion of getting the artifact with Sam. I was in there sniping, taking everybody out far away from him, and Vasco runs past me. My ship's probably a good 30, 40 feet behind me. Runs past me. He's not even my active follower. Runs into the Shaw camp and starts firing.
Are you using the starter ship?
No.
So why is he... Are you sure it was Vasco?
I was actually using the Starborn ship.
Are you sure it's
Oh,
Vasco?
I'm positive it's Vasco. There's only white robot that has really stupid sayings that walks around you. Yeah, he wound up dying, which was hilarious. I just let them all attack him, and I started picking him off. And I had Sam with me because you have to have him during that quest. But
He knows his role.
yeah, he went at it. I was like, "Oh, good for you."
Go Vasco. Go Vasco.
I wanted to try something, so I left. So when you go into the cave and you get the artifact, you come back out, and Shaw's waiting there for you, and you get those beasties, which I can't believe I just forgot what they're called. The monsters.
Astros.
And I wanted to see something, so I went stealth, left it, and I didn't initiate any kind of contact with her. So she was standing there with her little croonies, and I shot her in the head. Then talked to her, took her right out, took out her entire gang, but then the Ashen decided to eat me, and were one-shotting me. So what I do is I come out stealth, a couple of pot shots at it, zone into the cave, let the meter go down again, come back out, pot shot him. It took me about 20 rounds.
That is kiting at a whole new level.
I survived it. They were one-shotting the crap out of me. They were like level 90. One of them was that elite one. First time I've ever had trouble with those things. It was fun, though. Okay, so I went and did the next mission where you go with our gracious benefactor, and I am so terrible with names, it's not even funny.
Stroud?
Yeah, Mr. Stroud himself, Walter.
Yep.
So I did his quest in Neon to go get the artifact, and I noticed that the lady who sits as the secretary for Slayton at the last part of that quest is the exact same model as the lady who sells the minerals in Aquila.
Maybe they're twins.
That's what I was thinking. I mean, two hot twins can't go wrong. Me and Andreja jealous.
Maybe. Sorry. Maybe they're like Nurse Joy from Pokemon. They're all related.
Right. Guys, get this. I don't know if I mentioned on the show before, but I think I did. Yeah, I've never finished a Slayton Tower quest peacefully. I have always killed him. I have never even talked to him.
Why would you do that? That's how you get the best engines in the game.
Yeah, well, I didn't know at that time. So I figured this time I was going to give it a go. You know me, snipe everything and ask questions later. Went up there and actually talked to him, and I was surprised because that guy, Musgrove, is the one that sells you the artifact. You actually get to decide his fate. Yeah. I didn't even know he was a part of still in the game. Things you learn after 400 hours.
I'm surprised you didn't know you had to talk to him peacefully so you could actually get the best engine.
Well, I found that out later on when we were doing the ship parts and stuff like that, but, well, oops. So I did it this time. It was interesting. I mean, I still had that pang of regret for not sniping him, but, you know, it is what it is.
Now you can go through the Unity and come back and snipe him.
No, totally. On my next playthrough, I am going full mean and nasty. I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna go full mean. And I finally, guys, did the side quest for Eklund Stroud design. Finally went and got to do the ship, the Kepler ship. Very interesting little quest. And I went with the Kepler R, which is the expensive one. Mm-hmm. It just looked interesting. And I was actually laughing out loud doing the focus meditation with the group. Did you guys ever do that?
I haven't done that side quest. I got to figure out how you start that side quest.
As soon as you finish the Neon quest with Walter, he'll say, I need to talk to you. After you go back to Constellation, they do the whole routine because you get attacked by the first time by the, bad guys. Mm-hmm. And he'll say, I heard it this time actually happened. When you got a chance, I want to talk to you. So when I talk to him, and there's like one or two options down is you have something for me to do? And it initiates that quest.
Okay.
And the lead lady in that is just a snarky little
Yeah,
I wanted to slap her.
She really is. She's pretty bad.
But Rook, when you do that quest, man, you gotta do the focus meditation.
Okay.
It's worth it. One of the funniest things I've seen in the game. It was great. And I did test out the precog power, guys, and it does not help with persuasion. I was disappointed.
I figured it would, but I'm honestly surprised it does. Not surprised it doesn't.
It gives you the first line of the next thing they're going to say, one normal chat. But when you do persuasion, it gives you no hints whatsoever. And I have it at level 4.
Fun times. That
was my playthrough, and I just finished up getting the new weaponry and the robot deleter and my last breath. If I ever get lucky enough to get a legendary last hard target, I might pee myself. I've never.
I wonder if there is a legendary hard target.
There is. I've seen some of our listeners post it to mock me.
I haven't come across a legendary hard target.
I don't think I have either.
I'm going to find it. One of these days, I am going to find it, and that's the day I don't go to the Unity for a while.
Well, you're already... See, for me, that would be beneficial. For you, you can already get the better gun from that trader.
Yeah, Last Breath is a phenomenal weapon. It takes away the whole sway completely off the gun. Of all my benefits, the sway is very minimal as it is, but Hard Target has some sway to it. But that one completely eliminates it. It has a higher power, and when you mod it, even better. It's a one-shot machine. Love it.
Yeah.
It's been so nice being able to get back to my sniper self. I missed it during the challenge a lot. And honestly, guys, the graphic improvement on my game is drastic. It's so much better.
I see the improvement too.
I've always, from the beginning, I've had issues with my graphics in the game. My computer just hasn't played nice with it. In the beginning, it was all pixelated and garbage, but I've got that fixed, and it was good. I thought it was beautiful, but then now, it's stunning. I had to actually post pictures. I was having too much fun, and then, of course, Rook has to berate me. I don't know what I'm doing.
So, the thing is, yes, the graphics has made the game better. Is it a new game? No.
But it has helped my gameplay.
It makes the game more fun on explorations for me because I'm actually seeing newer scenery that looks better. The sunsets look better. I posted some cool pictures of where the sun is setting. There's dust in the air, and it actually has a red hue to it.
The difference in the game look for me is as if you guys who normally get amazing graphics with it go to low settings, look at that for a little bit. That's what I was dealing with on Ultra. And then go back to Ultra and you can see what I'm dealing with now. It's awesome.
Mm-hmm. I actually really like it. They did a really good job with the water reflection, honestly, because the sunset I got on the beach line, that water reflection is just amazing. It looks like I actually took a photo in real life.
That's the thing. When I was on some of the moons doing the whole power grind, I hate that, but gotta do it. It felt like I was on the planet. It put me into the game more. If you can understand that.
Yeah, it makes sense.
All right, guys, let's get into around Discord before we close up the show tonight. There was a small discussion going around about why the updates are only going to Steam and not Xbox users. And that includes the Xbox platform for PC. And Jack, he supplied an answer that was pretty much close to being right.
It's because it's easier.
It is. Steam doesn't require developers to go through multiple hoops and pre-test in order to release any kind of content like a beta. So to do an Xbox, it would delay these patches and another month to even release the beta and then get it out and then finally release it. So they go through Steam, which Steam doesn't have those requirements. Pretty much developers can release whatever they want. It's a very easy platform to use. Yeah. So that's why it's going to Steam. They can get the testers in through that, and then they can release it to make sure everything's stable afterward. Budsky, like you mentioned, had some amazing exploration photos. The Terramorph rushing him in the cave with his arms wide open was great. Loved it.
Arms wide open.
Come here, my pretty pet. I'll call you Rex. And he found and photographed an ultra rare event and object in the game. A river.
I think we mentioned that last week.
Did we? Did I just backtrack it?
Possible.
Yeah.
The river, we mentioned it before because we were talking about the graphic enhancements.
That's right. Yeah. Okay. So my bad, guys.
But it's still awesome that he found the ultra rare river. I don't know why more planets don't have rivers, but hey, to each their own.
Drusilis submitted a build for the Factory Outpost contest, and I just cut you off. I'm sorry, buddy.
Oh, no, you're good, because this one makes me laugh since he's the only one that submitted one so far.
Yeah, I was going to say, he ruined my punchline. Right now, he is the leader in the contest because he's the only one that submitted. So get him out there, guys. You got one more week.
Yep. Some people are showing what they're working with. Bits and pieces in the Starfield general chat, I believe, or in-game.
It's actually less than a week. By the time this is released, I got like 5 days.
Yeah, something like that. But Drusilis has also... I found this interesting when I read this. Drusilis stated Starfield actually got him to cancel his WoW subscription. The reason why that's important, he's been playing WoW since release.
Yeah. He later said that the only thing he misses is the social aspect of it. Mm-hmm. So what's the way of our Discord for?
That's what our Discord's for. But I do wish they actually had more of a social aspect to the game. But I also wish they had multiple. So that's just me. Also, in our questions section, he actually asked a question. He displayed 2 packs. He has the legendary Mirrored Mantis pack. And he also picked up a epic or purple Antiseptic Refined Explorers pack. Now, I don't know what level he got the Mantis pack. It looks like, based on the stats, pretty early on. Because it's 47, 55, 51 for damage resistances. And 5, 5, 0, 45 for the environmental resistances. The antiseptic epic pack has 80, 82, 84 for resistances, damage resistance. And his environmental resistance is 20, 25, 5, and 5.
I always look at these items from the bottom up. I look at the bonuses first, and then I worry about everything else. But the bonuses in the Mantis pack, really, Mirrored is not that great.
No, not really. I actually like more of what he's wearing. As an explorer, I like more of the epic one because it's ablative and antiseptic. Antiseptic gives you a plus 25 airborne resistance, and ablative gives you negative 15% incoming energy damage.
On the plus side, though, or the negative side, if he's not really into the exploring and more like me and wants to fight everything known to man, the negative 15% damage from human enemies would be more valuable.
But here's the problem. Take the damage resistance, add the negative 15% damage from human enemies, and compare it to the damage resistance on the antiseptic, and see what. And you actually have to wear both of them in combat and see which one gives you the better resistance.
The only thing I don't like about that epic pack is it's a power boost pack.
Yeah, I don't use power boost packs, but it is significantly lighter.
Yeah, I mean, there's definitely some positives to it. The epic one, I mean, you can go either way. I honestly, if I was faced this choice myself, I would probably go with the epic one, the power pack.
Yeah, I would. See, my Mantis pack, I'm still running around with that I picked up really early in Kaylin's, I think it was the first quest I did as soon as I got the data slate. That's because it gives me assisted carry. Assisted carry lets me go further when over encumbered without burning as much oxygen if I'm just doing my normal jog speed. Right. So to me, that is way more beneficial than everything else because I can survive combat with all my other gear. I have a max carry limit, and I go over that a lot. So for me, sticking with my Mantis pack from early game is better. But I'm like you, if I was going between these two, I would switch to the epic pack.
Yeah,
it's better in everything I do.
It's just better. It depends on how you play the game.
Yeah, that really is a big
and what stats it rolls. Because you could get a Mantis pack that rolls amazing, or you could get one that just rolls like crap. I mean,
and to be fair, the Mantis suit really never has like the best physical energy and EM resistance.
It really depends upon when you go and get the suit. If you go early game, it's not going to have the best. By the time you're going up against the hunters, you need better damage resistance.
But on the flip side, though, getting that whole setup early game can be very beneficial.
Oh, yeah. And like I said, based on the resistances, it looks like he got it early game. So that was probably a very beneficial thing to wear. But depending upon where he is in his game, I would probably switch to the epic pack just because everything else outside of your skill, outside of the traits of the gear, is better. Especially if you go up against the Veyroon.
The Veyroon.
Against the Veyroon?
That's what he said.
Okay.
The Veyroon.
That's the first time I've heard it pronounced that way.
The Veyroon. The Veyroon.
We're not going to get into pronunciation, but they actually do say Veyroon in the game.
I know. I said it wrong on purpose because I always been saying it differently.
Fair enough. Anything else you guys want to bring up before we end the show tonight?
Yeah. I've said this before and I've say this again. I love making this show. It's difficult at times lately because of it sounds like we're repeating a lot of ourselves. I find myself going back to this game more often than not. I really am sorry for what happened to Archon, but I will keep playing this game till they stop supporting it because I love this game and I love the conversations we have in Discord with this game.
Okay. Fair enough. I think that's a good way to end the show.
Yeah. With all the negativity going on around this game right now and different reviews and stuff, I just wanted to say that.
Which is very fair. I know we often share the same insight on that, but I mean, we do complain about the lack of content because mostly what that is for us is more content to put on our show.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. And I think that's going to be a good place to end this episode. Episode number 31. And like always, guys, you can reach us if you want to reach us for business or anything else, starfieldraw@gmail.com. You can obviously go to our Discord at any time, discord.gg/raw podcasts, R.A.W. podcasts. You can find us on Instagram.
Raw Podcasts 1, where we post everything from both of our shows, Raw and Nerdy, which is our general nerdy one, and this show occasionally.
Yeah. You can also follow us on Twitter or X, whatever you want to call it, at Starfield Raw. And you can reach us individually. I am at the Wigit, THEWIGIT, on Twitter, on Xbox, on Steam, on everything.
You can find me nearly everywhere as Tomcat213, both Xbox and PlayStation Network. Steam and Twitter are different. They're both Rook213.
And you can find me on all social media as the Archon 606 and all gaming platforms as quick QWICK_D_606.
Thanks so much for listening, everybody, and we'll talk to you again next week.
Y'all stay safe out there in the deepest black.
Have a great week, guys.